The next target on the list is the level 500 in the Dark Omens raid. This is the July raid. Hey everyone, Derpy here. Welcome back to another Battle Pirates video. As I get started, I want to say yes, I am using a stillheads. I was using one in my previous two videos as well. I forget to mention things sometimes. This target is much bigger than the other ones, and there are not one, not two, but 8 different eradicators that spit out fire fields. It is also very large. I find the best thing for me to do is to go towards this left side here and take down the ships that are actually coming towards me, and they're already slow, even the riots, so they go down fairly easily. I'm not quite sure what the final damage will be, but you'll know that if you actually ended up clicking on the video. As I go through, I want to make sure to really try and stay moving if possible, because so much of this is splash damage. Also try and use this spinning little trick here to try and do more damage with the 8 different octo weapons, and just try and go in circles. You also want to try and target the riots first. I found the big ships right here, if we're calling them the, I can't remember, hulks, enforcers, whatever they are, try and target those second, and then third can be the fire ships. I sometimes like to target the fire ships early if it's possible to do it without exposing myself to other things, because that means that they actually don't spit out their fire fields, which I really don't like because of the randomness. Anyway, once those are down, about 14 minutes exactly, these two things unspawn. They unspawn based on time. With the riots, you probably want to be engaging them. You definitely want to be engaging them either close to them or using the ability right here of the flagship so you can slow them down. That really helps out a lot. Also, try and make sure you are shooting things as much as you can, because it will want to make the target go quicker, and 2, you have the ability, you have the wind-up ability that you want to be using too. You do more damage if you stay shooting at things. Also, I was just running over like 3 different fire fields. I really don't like them. They're hard to avoid, and they are random, which means one might land on you, it might not, and you have no control over that. Alright, at this point you should be able to engage another few ships here. These different eradicators die quite quickly. Just make sure you try and not go in the fire fields, and that will help you out. They do explosive damage, so watch out for that. Then you have a bunch of marauders you can kill. They go down really, really easily. And of course, I still do have one eradicator over on the left here, which I have to get to. I think I can probably sneak through this without taking too much damage. And I'm not sure if this target is actually worth it to hit. It might be worth it because it pays out more points and you can do it in a still fairly low amount of time, but it isn't the quickest either. It might just be about even, and it's good to hit this to break up the monotony of all the other raid targets, but I'm not quite sure on that. It's also only worth it to hit this if you are using a Ravager fleet in the level 600 target, which you have to do for the bonus. I wouldn't just do this one if you don't have Ravagers. Against the right side of the target, there are again a few riots you want to trigger out here, and they're unshrouded at this point, now that it's down past 13 minutes. And then there's more eradicators you want to kill. Try and just take those down pretty quickly, and it's actually best to not use your flagship weapon against these and save it for the riots. You can't control when it fires except by where you're pointing and what you're aiming at. You can see right there a fire field landed on me. I had no idea if it was landing on me or if it was going to land way far below. It's really just so hard to predict. Last riot in the target here, that will go down, and interestingly, things can run off the screen to the bottom and you won't get points for them. I did run into that one time, which I thought was an interesting thing to be in the target. Let's go ahead and check the battle report, the damage, and the build. Way more explosive damage, which is probably an element of the fire fields, which the X1 flagship should help with if I ever happen to get it up that far, and a little bit of concussive. You can see explosive weapons, which is the octo weapons on the sides, helped out a little, but not a lot. In terms of my build, this is just 59 minutes damage here, and I do have a ship at X1, which I did through tokens, 5 from the TLC, 1 from pillage, and the others are at U3. I spent a few coins on the flagship, but other than that, I have 4 strong ships instead of 5 weak ships. I like to think this is roughly equivalent to 5 ships at U2 or U1, but I really can't tell, and I'm not scrapping the fleet to rebuild it. You have to let me know what kind of damage you're getting. If watching this helps out at all with reducing your damage, I like to hear those. Lets me know I'm helping people. Alright, well, thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and say thank you to everyone whose name appears on screen now. and wrap up the video. As always, this is Derpy signing out, helping you be a better pirate.